Life has this funny way of showing you who's real and who's not. And the lesson comes not when everything's perfect, not when people are smiling in your face, not when you're giving more than anyone else. No, the lesson comes when you stop giving, when you finally say, enough. When you decide to set boundaries, to guard your time, your energy, your heart. That's when people show their true colors. I want you to think about this for a second. How many times have you bent over backward for someone, only to realize that all they did was take and take and take? You gave your time, you gave your money, you gave your wisdom, you gave your love. And what did you get in return? Maybe a thank you, maybe a smile, maybe nothing at all. And that's the problem. People get used to over-giving. They get used to the generosity, the grace, the patience, the loyalty, and they take it for granted. See, life has a way of teaching you lessons, but it doesn't always come in nice packages. Sometimes the truth hits you like a ton of bricks. And that truth is simple. People reveal who they are when you stop doing for them what they should be doing for themselves. That's the moment. That's the test. That's the point in life where you finally see the real faces behind the masks. When you overgive, when you're constantly available, constantly supportive, constantly bending to their will, people will get comfortable. Comfortable with your kindness, comfortable with your availability, comfortable with your patience. And here's the thing, comfort can breed entitlement, it can breed disrespect, and it can blind you from seeing the truth. They get used to you saying yes, so much that they forget that you ever had a right to say no. I want you to hear me clearly. Setting boundaries is not being selfish. It's not being unkind. It's not being cruel. It's being smart. It's being wise. It's being human. Because the moment you start valuing yourself, the moment you recognize that your time and energy are precious, that's the moment people will start showing their true colors. That's the moment you'll see who's genuine, who's loyal, who's worth your effort, and who's just in it for what they can take. Think about the people in your life who only call when they need something, who only show up when there's a favor to ask, who vanish when you're in need. That's the reality. That's the lesson. When you stop over-giving, when you stop pouring yourself into people who don't appreciate it, suddenly the line is drawn. Suddenly, the truth is revealed. Suddenly, you realize who's really in your corner and who's just along for the ride. I've always believed, in life, you don't need to force people to stay in your life. You don't need to chase loyalty. You don't need to beg for respect. You give, you love, you support. But you also watch. You observe. And when the moment comes, you step back, you let go. And the people who are supposed to be there, who truly care, they'll step forward. They'll show up. They'll prove themselves. But the ones who were only there for what they could get, they'll fade away. And that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. You see, the world is full of people who will take advantage if you let them. And many times they will. But life isn't about giving until you're drained, until you're empty, until you have nothing left for yourself. Life is about balance. Life is about recognizing that your energy is a resource. Your time is a resource. Your love is a resource. And not everyone deserves unlimited access to it. Now listen, it's not easy to stop over-giving. You've built habits. You've carried people for years. You've been loyal even when loyalty wasn't returned. And it's painful to pull back. It feels wrong to say no. It feels uncomfortable to put yourself first. But you have to understand something. Your generosity is a gift. And gifts, when they're taken for granted, lose their value. You cannot allow people to undervalue your heart, your time, or your energy. Because when they do, it's not just about them. It's about you. It's about what you allow into your life. When you finally stop over-giving, you'll notice a shift. The energy around you changes. The relationships that were one-sided, they start to fade. And that's good. That's necessary. That's life clearing out the clutter. And what's left? The people who care. The people who love. The people who are willing to reciprocate. The people who will show their true colors. Not because they're taking advantage, but because they value what you bring to the table. I want you to reflect on this. Over-giving is not just about being generous. It's about allowing people to rely on you too much, to depend on you too much, to take from you without giving back. And the moment you recognize that, the moment you say, I'm done being your safety net. I'm done being the one who always gives while you always take. That's the moment you reclaim your life. That's the moment you reclaim your power. That's the moment people show who they really are. It's in those moments that character is revealed. It's in those moments that true intentions are exposed. And you'll see, some of the people you thought you knew for years, they're not really who you thought they were. They were just passengers on your journey, benefiting from your generosity. But the ones who matter, the ones who respect you, who love you, who see your worth, they'll stick around. They'll rise to the occasion. They'll show their loyalty. They'll show their integrity. And here's the final thing I want you to understand: stopping over giving isn't about closing your heart. It's not about becoming bitter. It's about clarity. It's about seeing life as it is, not as you hope it to be. It's about understanding that when people show their true colors, it's not your failure, it's their truth. And recognizing that truth early, before it drains you, before it breaks you, is the mark of someone who's growing, someone who's learning, someone who's mastering the art of life. So, the next time you feel like you've been giving too much, the next time you feel like someone's taking advantage, the next time your energy is being drained, remember this: pull back. Step away. Let them operate without your constant giving. Watch how they respond. Watch how they behave. That's when the masks fall off. That's when the true colors shine. And then, you'll know exactly who belongs in your life and who doesn't. And that knowledge, my friend, that knowledge is power. Because the truth is, people show their true colors when you stop giving them what they want. That's the reality. That's the law of life. And once you understand it, once you embrace it, once you act on it, nothing can shake you, nothing can fool you, nothing can drain you. You'll be free. Free to give to the right people. Free to protect your energy. Free to live a life that honors your value, your worth, and your purpose. Now, let me be honest with you. Life will test you in ways you don't expect. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's in the little things. You stop answering a text immediately. You don't drop everything for someone who always asks. You set a limit on your time and suddenly, people react. Some of them will be shocked. Some will be angry. Some will guilt you. Some will try to manipulate you back into being that giving person they've grown comfortable with. But here's the truth: their reaction doesn't define you. It defines them. And their reaction is the proof you've been waiting for. The proof that you were giving to the wrong people. And when you see that, when you truly see it, you'll realize something powerful. You've been preparing for this moment all along. You've been giving and loving and trusting. But the universe was waiting for the right time to show you who's worth your energy. I remember a story about a man I knew. Let's call him James. James was one of those people who gave everything. And I mean everything. His friends, his family, even strangers, he was always giving, always helping, always supporting. He never said no. And people loved him for it, or so he thought. But here's the thing: James didn't realize that while he was giving, some people were only taking. They didn't care about him. They didn't respect him. They didn't value him. They just wanted what he could give them. One day, James decided to stop, just like that. He didn't announce it. He didn't make a big deal. He simply said no when it mattered. He stopped answering calls for favors that weren't important. He stopped lending money to people who never paid him back. He stopped pouring his heart into relationships that were one-sided. And you know what happened? People started disappearing. Some got mad. Some complained. Some tried to make him feel guilty. But the ones who truly cared, they stayed, they showed up, they appreciated him. And James realized, those who left were never really his people to begin with. That's the lesson here. People show their true colors when you stop overgiving. And it's not just about money or time. It's about respect, loyalty, and integrity. It's about understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be everything for everyone. And you cannot allow others to define your worth by how much you give them. Now, let me tell you something else. Sometimes, the people who take the most from you are the ones closest to you. Family, close friends, long-time partners. Those are the people who can hurt the most because you trust them. You believe in them. You love them. But even then, when you stop overgiving, you start to see things clearly. You start to see patterns. You start to notice who is genuinely grateful and who feels entitled. And that's when the magic happens. When you stop overgiving, life starts to align itself. The right people gravitate toward you. The wrong people drift away. And you start to experience freedom. The freedom to live your life on your terms. The freedom to protect your heart. The freedom to invest your energy where it actually matters. That's power. That's wisdom. That's growth. But listen, this isn't an overnight process. It takes courage. It takes discipline. And yes, it takes heartbreak. Because you will lose people. Some of them will be people you've loved for years, people you've invested in, people you've believed in. And that's painful. But the pain is temporary. The lesson is permanent. And the clarity you gain, that's priceless. Here's another thing I want you to hear. When people show their true colors, don't judge them too harshly. They are who they are. They are acting from their level of awareness, their experiences, their beliefs. Some people simply don't know how to value generosity. Some people don't know how to respect boundaries. And some people, well, they never will. And that's okay, that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to honor yourself. Your responsibility is to honor your energy. Your responsibility is to give, yes, but wisely. Overgiving can sometimes be disguised as love. And people will tell you have such a big heart. And that sounds good until that big heart starts being exploited. Until that generosity is expected. Until it's no longer a gift but a burden. And that's why it's crucial to learn this lesson. Your love, your time, your energy, it's precious. Don't waste it on those who don't see its value. Don't waste it on those who don't care. Don't waste it on those who only come around when they need something. You have to learn to be comfortable with saying no. And I know for some of you that feels unnatural, that feels wrong, that feels selfish. But it's not. Saying no is a declaration of self-respect. Saying no is a signal that you recognize your own worth. Saying no is an invitation for the right people to rise, and a gentle goodbye to the wrong ones. Think about it. How many times have you overgiven in relationships? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken? How many times have you said yes, because you didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, only to realize that it hurt you more? That's the trap of overgiving. That's the trap of being too available. That's the trap of expecting gratitude or loyalty in return for your generosity. And let me tell you something, gratitude and loyalty are not owed. They are earned. They are freely given. And when people fail to give them, it's a reflection of them, not you. When people show their true colors, it's not a reflection of your failure. It's a reflection of their truth. So, when you stop over-giving, pay attention. Watch closely. Notice who respects your boundaries. Notice who steps up. Notice who appreciates your presence, your effort, your love. And for the people who react with anger, guilt, or manipulation, let them go. Let them be. Because life has a way of taking care of those who cannot appreciate you. And more importantly, life has a way of showing you who belongs in your world. And here's the thing, you're going to feel a mix of emotions when you do this. Relief, fear, sadness, empowerment, confusion, freedom. Because stopping over giving changes the dynamics of your life. It changes your relationships. It changes your priorities. It changes your energy. But that change is necessary. That change is growth. That change is the gateway to living a life filled with respect, love, and authenticity. And don't get me wrong, this isn't about becoming cold or distant. It's about being smart. It's about understanding the value of your own time, your own heart, your own energy. It's about giving in a way that nourishes both you and the people who deserve it. And when you do, something incredible happens. You attract people who reflect your values. You attract people who match your energy. You attract people who see your worth and treat it with the respect it deserves. So let this be your takeaway when you stop over giving, when you stop being the endless source for everyone else. You will see life clearly. You will see who loves you genuinely. You will see who values your time, your energy, your presence. And you will see who was never really meant to be there in the first place. Because people show their true colors when you stop giving them what they want. That's life. That's reality. And once you understand that, nothing can fool you. Nothing can drain you. Nothing can take your power away.